Look at the ice on the tonneau cover. That is cool. I can move it. I learned real quick this morning that the sun was lying to me. It is cold outside today. I know everybody's ready to hear what today's topic is or what today's video is supposed to be about. Oh! Whoa! Oh, that was awesome. Look at that, man. It's still coming. I kind of got to admit that I screwed up on last week's video. If you remember, last week's video had to do with testing Jack and Rose with the most current firmware and fly app update. The problem was that I thought that 1.04 was the latest firmware version. I quickly learned through the comments that I was incorrect. We're gonna get to our destination. We're gonna install the 106 firmware update. Then we're gonna give it a little bit of a test. We're gonna check a few things out on this update. We're gonna obviously do a signal test. We're gonna go out a couple of thousand feet and see how the signal holds. We're gonna test the return to home function to make sure that it still works and see how accurate it is. I know that it's not an exact thing with these Mini 2 drones, but on the return to home flight, normally it gets within a 3 to 4 foot range. Lately it's been way off, like 6 to 10 feet, sometimes even more. So we're gonna test that to see if that's been adjusted. We're gonna also test to see if Rose can still increase her speed during the return to home flight in sport mode. That was what last week's test was about, but we were still on an older firmware version, so we've got to test it to see if it works with this most recent update. We've also been having trouble with the gimbal. When it's facing straight down and you're going forward, and when you take your thumb off the gas and it comes to a stop, the gimbal will just jerk forward like that for I don't know why. But it does it in every mode. It does it in Cine, normal, and sport. Of course, we're heading back to Costco again because I made the decision that I want to do all of our update tests at Costco. Tracer. This is how we roll. If I knew traffic was going to be this bad, I would have actually eaten before I left. Hungry. No wonder traffic's so bad, but this light the way it is, it's just, it lets vehicles go that aren't there. Who's got the green light right now? Holy cow, Costco is slammed busy. Well, the original plan was going to Costco, but they're packed. So I'm going to fly over Ring Power, which is a building that's pretty much directly across from Costco. I'm going to show you some tractors. All right, I'm going to park right here as good as I can, and I'm going to take up another crosswalk just like I did last week. What? Well, we're at our destination. We're going to be flying in that direction over there, over Ring Power. So let's get Rose updated. I'm really kind of hesitant to install this update because there's been a lot of videos released where people have installed this and then they've just totally lost connection altogether and their drones are not even flyable. So we're going to give it a shot. Wish us luck. Rose, if this is your last flight, I'm sorry.
All right, so we've all done it before and bought a tube of caulk and only just used a very small
Okay, volume is working. At least it was. Oh, look out. Oh, come on, man. Gee. Are you that uncoordinated? See if it's still working. Where do people go when they go down that road?
In the bloopers this month,
okay.
Holiday cocktails. Oh man, you poop.
It works. Volume's up. Okay, I'm connected to the app. Let's go. How do I do this? Back. New DJI firmware, so let's update this. Let's see what it is first. All right, the 1.06.0000, it is now updating. What does it say that it does? It optimized flight safety. What does that even mean? Okay, we'll just fast forward through this part. Firmware update successful. Okay, I gotta turn the drone back on. So if she stays connected. This, I gotta do something about this right here. This right here is giving me a problem. Oh, I gotta turn the controller on. Oh, no, I gotta turn it back on. I turned it off. Why did I do that? I'm gonna put Rose outside. Oh, go fly. So we are connected. We're at 98%, so we're good. I'm gonna take Rose and put her outside on the bed of the truck.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on.
Okay, we've got Rose all set up. let's go to the About tab and we'll take a look at this. Okay, aircraft firmware is 1.06.0000, and the app version that we're using today is the 1.9.0. It's the most current, most recent up-to-date fly app. So let's go to the safety tab. Max distance, I like to set that at no limit. The altitude is right, but the return to home altitude needs to be brought down quite a bit. We'll go to 147 feet. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to get her up in the air. Let me take a look real quick at my surroundings. Okay. All right, surroundings look good. Let's get her started.
Take off.
She is now ready to go. Let me get her up in the air a little bit.
Point has been updated.
I'm going to move her forward and backward and up and down and all that stuff and make sure that she's acclimated. Apparently, being acclimated is illegal in 6 different states. I didn't know that. I do now. All right, so she is acclimated. Let's get her up in the air here. Get her up to about 140 feet or so, 150 feet. And this is ring power. So we'll get over into normal mode here to do this part. The first part of this test is going to be just a quick, sort of like a signal test. I'm only going to go out a couple thousand feet. Definitely want to keep it within visual line of sight and see what if any problems we have. Why is it so jerky like that? That's weird. Oh, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let me go up to 150 feet actually. Okay, so we're there. Let me pull the gimbal down a little bit. The gimbal looks like it's a little crooked. But let's get off and get her out there. We'll go to normal speed. Or I'm sorry, we'll go to sport mode here so we can get her out there faster. We're a couple hundred feet and we're still good. Got a perfect signal still. The fly app seems a little bit jerky. Let me get back in normal mode. Maybe that's the problem. Sport mode is always like that, I guess. Let me raise the gimbal up. So we're 687 feet. We haven't had any signal drop yet, which is good. And I'm sitting in the vehicle. I'm sitting in my car, or my truck. So we're flying out at 20 miles an hour over these buildings at 150 feet, and we still have a perfect signal. So far the app hasn't affected the signal. Still have a perfect signal, 1,200, 1,300 feet. So we'll go out to about 2,000 feet or so, and then I think that we're going to have we lost 1 bar. All of these tests are always so subjective when it comes to the signal stuff, so it's hard to really pinpoint and say what's affecting the signal, because it could be a myriad of things. All right, we're down to the moderate signal now, right at 1984 or 1985. That was a pretty good year. All right, let's get turned around here, and we'll do a return to home test to make sure that she can find home. Man, the gimbal is just really jerky. I don't know. It's really strange. Might just be the app. Let me hit record on this. All right, let's hit return to home, see what she does.
Go home.
Has she found us yet? All right, she's starting to come home already. I think she's found us. But I'm gonna pull the gimbal down whenever she gets there, and I'm gonna check and see if her gimbal does little jerky movements. The feed is terrible. The feed's bad. It might just be because I'm in the vehicle, who knows, but we actually did a test on that before, and it didn't affect the signal at all. We did a side-by-side test. We'll put the link in the video here. But we did a side-by-side test, and sitting in a car did absolutely nothing to change the signal on those tests. So we're in sight. We're 700 feet away. I'm going to put the gimbal down. Actually, I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to make you guys sick. We'll wait until she gets a little bit closer, until she says that she's landing. Then we'll put the gimbal down and see where her crosshairs are. There's Costco out in the distance. All right, she's right above head right now. Let's put the gimbal down. And she is not any closer than she was before. So nope, that didn't change anything as far as that's concerned. Her GPS is still having problems. We'll go back out because I got to do one more thing on this return to home test. I got to see if you can still increase your speed, because like I said before, that last update that last video that we did, I thought we were on the most current update for firmware, but we weren't. So let's get her back out there a little ways. We'll only go maybe 1,000 feet or so out. We'll have to be in sport mode for this though. So we'll go 1,000 feet out. Battery's still good. She's moving now. 33 miles an hour. But we'll get about 1,000 feet out. We'll have her return to home. She'll reach her top speed, and we'll see if we can accelerate her. Accelerate her. All right, so we're 1,000 feet out. Let me get her turned around. Look how fast she turns, man. I might need to adjust some stuff here on the... No, that could be it. The numbers could be messed up on the 190 fly app. I don't think I ever changed any of those advanced gimbal settings. Anyway, we'll get to that later on. Let's hit return to home. We'll get her up to her top speed, and then we'll see if we can accelerate. So she's flying. She's at 10 miles an hour. Come on, Rose. Get up to 23.8. All right, so she's at her max speed right now. Let's hit the gas and see what happens. Yes, we can still accelerate. So we actually were right. This is, again, something that the Mini 2 can still do, but the Mini 3 just can't. That's hilarious. Sorry, Nobby. All right, let's get her landed. Hi, Rose.
Landing.
Where you at? We got Rose back in the truck. She's going to warm up now. So let's go over to the control thing here and see what the settings are for the advanced gimbal settings. Where are they at? Is it under? It's not under safety. It's under control, right? Gimbal calibration. Am I missing something here? Is it under camera? Safety? Gimbal calibration. Am I missing something here? Where are the advanced gimbal settings? I guess I'm going to have to play with this a little bit and find out where those advanced gimbal settings are. If you know where they're at, let me know in the comments, please, because I can't find them. Is there anything else I was supposed to test? Oh, I need to turn Bluetooth off. All right, guys. Well, I relaunched Rose because I forgot to check the gimbal to see if it was steady or to see if it still jerked. So let's get it facing straight down. Let me make sure I'm in sport mode here. I'm going forward. Let off the gap, and it still jerks. So that's not been fixed. I don't know, again, if that's just part of the drone or if that's going to be part of the firmware or flyware. I don't know what affects that. But did you guys see that tractor? That was pretty cool. All right. Man, this gimbal is, or the yaw is just really, really fast. Oh, another thing I forgot to try. Let me get back out there a little ways. Let me get up in the air. Let me go out a little ways. And I'm going to try another thing to see if I can still control the yaw on the return to home flight. That's one thing I was wanting to do too. All right, let's hit return to home.
Go home.
She's going to do probably a 90-degree thing, I'm sure, because she always does. She turned all the way around. That's weird. Maybe all the numbers are up really high. Maybe that's the thing. All the advanced gimbal settings. All right, so I can still control the yaw. I can still do that. I wonder if I can control height. Yep, I can still control height. Very cool. I can't turn her left or right though. I can't control the side-to-side movements. I can only control the yaw and the up and down. All right, cool. All right, let's get her down and we'll talk. Regarding the firmware update, I don't know if I'm comfortable saying go ahead and update it because seemed like there were some bugs up there. If you already have a firmware update on your drone that you're happy with, I would say just stick with that, kind of skip this one. Maybe they'll give us an update in the future for the Mini 2 that has a few more features for us. But I really don't think that this did anything for us at all. I got a lot of stuff here to pack up, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a great week. God bless. The battery died. No.